And this is it, the end of the game. It ended in a dramatic nothing really. It's strange. The Entente reached morale of 0, in fact falling as low as -45 in the last turn due to a revolution result on the political events. This is what the Central Powers were hoping for, and when it did happen it was a lot more dramatic than I had even imagined. So it meant that every nation in the Entente had to roll for a revolution, and various rolls for different nations resulted in mutiny in Great Britain, mutiny in Russia. Revolution was suppressed in France, good for them. We had nationalist revolution in Serbia and Romania, and Greece ended with a strike. Now the culmination of all that was a lot of morale points, like -10 morale for each mutiny, -10 for the strike, and so that's 30, 40, and for the two revolutions their countries surrendered, which equalled another about -20, so it was about -50 in all from the political events at the end of the spring turn. Unfortunately, the US never entered the war here. Are their armies still on the sprues? And even if they had come and they would have added, I think, 20 morale points, it still wouldn't have been enough to save the Entente. Yes, 20 from reaching morale of 0, which is interesting because only two nations surrendered, Romania and Serbia, through nationalist revolution. So the main powers were still in play, and had their morale been, the Entente's overall morale been higher, they could have, the next turn the mutinies would have been suppressed, the strike would have ended, and they could have continued. But and it was a surprise because the Central Powers were knocked down to 13 morale, so they were falling fast. So they might have only lasted another couple of seasons at most. Essentially, the blockade was telling on them, and then the military losses that they were incurring. But I said that it ended in not much, in that a little bit queersome for me is that the war aims of the Central Powers were not achieved, i.e. the victory objectives.